All right, box number 3. Let's do it. Hopefully you caught box number 1, number 2. Just randomly grab the box here. Number 3 first, we got Amazing Spider-Man 258, the Newsy. This was that reprint. I think it's just all taped together. A full set of the Amazing Spider-Man. I think it's like 1 to 12 reprinted. It was like in newspapers. It says not for resale. Not really sure what the whole story on it was. Little Harley Quinn, number 1 there. The newer editions. The Pit Ash Can. Pretty dope one. Midnight Suns Ash Can. Little New Mutants 1 action there. The Newsy. Pretty good shape. And I don't think I've seen these books in forever. G.I. Joe Transformers 1. Newsy. Great Wolverine cover here in the newsstand. Get these out of here. Random Superboy number 1, 1980. Spectacular. Web of Spider-Man 37 in the newsstand. Thor, supersized 400th issue. I don't know if there's any, besides it being issue 400, if there's any key significance there. Let me back this up a little bit. You gotta check out this cover. I don't know what's going on here. Rawhide. I think it's Adam Hughes cover. That's probably why I got it back when. Looked like he used himself as the photograph model for that picture is what it looks like. Guardians of the Galaxy, number 4. I like the Magneto version of these X-Men covers. It's the best one. I got this one here too, but we all can agree quietly that Magneto is the best cover. Some great Todd McFarlane covers here. Spider-Man 2. 3. Man. Wish they still made them like they used to. I don't know why I got so many of these right here. Hulk 393. I think this is first appearance of some version of the Hulk. 2099 Unlimited number 1. Another McFarlane number 6 here. Great covers. Looks like we're going back in time now. Red Wolf number 1. Fantastic Four 155. The Silver Surfer is back. We had Tower of Shadows number 1 in the last box, I think. This is the king size special number 1. Make sure we're still getting this. Super Team Family number 1. First DC issue. I think everyone's got that book and no one's read it. Crypt of Shadows number 1. Marvel horror. Newsy 2099. I think this is first Spider-Hulk. Kind of crazy. The special edition Blood and Thunder Mortal Kombat number 1. Pretty dope. Amazing Adventures 18. First appearance Killraven. Incredible Hulk and Wolverine number 1. This is a reprint of the original story. Newsy She-Hulk number 1. Great cover. Get these out of here. Newsy New Mutants 100. First edition. I think first appearance of X-Force, if I'm remembering that right. This is a later print on this book right here. There's a few different prints. I can't remember which one. When Creatures Roam number 1. Great cover. Incredible Hulk 377. First print. Oh! Forgot I had that. First cameo appearance, Cable. The New Mutants 86. I got played on this book. I thought I was ordering the first appearance of Gore. Is it Gore? G-O-R-R, the God Butcher. Christian Bale played him in the Thor movie. I didn't realize I was getting the Spanish version when I bought it online. So it's all in Spanish. It is the first appearance, but it's the Spanish version. The Sandman #1. Giant Size Doctor Strange #1. 1975. Hulk 342. Is this McFarlane? Yeah, that's McFarlane art. See it down here. Star Wars Darth Vader #1. Hell yeah, these are dope. Mignola Shaolin Cowboy #1. And #2. Look at this rare rose right here. Dahmer Zombie Squad #1. No one even knew what this book was until the Evan Peters, Jeffrey Dahmer Netflix series came out, and this book jumped all the way up to #1 on the top 10 at one point, I think. Low print run, little known book, independent horror comic from decades ago, and I happened to find one at a Bull Moose music store in Lewiston, Maine, just sitting on a magazine rack for, I don't know, what was it, $6? I was like, hell yeah. The Bravados #1, Wild Western action. I don't know much about what's going on there. 40 cent. The featuring the origin of Spider-Man. What is this? Exclusive collector's edition. Dude, I don't even know what this is. Oh, it's a all detergent giveaway from 1979. Oh, that's dope. I didn't know I had that. Animaniacs newsstand #1. Korek, Son of Tarzan 46, but it's the first DC issue. Crossover there. Guardians of the Galaxy #12. Web of Spider-Man 50 in a newsstand. Dope. One of my faves. Not a lot of monetary value, but a lot of sentimental. The old Rob Liefeld Youngblood #1. Some 90s goodness. Looks like a reflective Pog. Venom. What is that? Funeral something. I can't read it. #1. Spidey Unlimited #1. Oh shit, look at this. The Human Fly #1. Man. Oh yeah, this is Special War Series Charlton D-Day #1. 10-cent All-American Men of War swastika cover. Right behind that, Sabrina the Teenage Witch #1. Wow. Justice League of America #56. That thing looks like it's been read. Jesus. The Great Gatsby. Oh, it's the Flintstones #1. Dope. What is this? Brought to you by Charleston Chew. Wolverine #1. Oh, that's is it Keith, the Max artist? Look at that. And then Charlton Chew presents Spider-Man #1. That's Spider-Man, and I don't know who that other character is. Is that Charleston Chew Man? That's not 99. I don't know who that is. Mandrake the Magician #1. These down. R.I.P. #1. Anybody know what that is? Tell me about that. G.I. Joe European Missions #1. Classic Superman cover in the newsstand there. Marvel Comics present Wolverine #1. Alright, Black Panther #8. The origin of Black Panther. Doc Savage #1. The Thing #1 in the newsstand. Dennis the Menace #1 in a newsstand. Great She-Hulk cover, She-Hulk 50, that reflective foil one. The newsstand, Web of Spider-Man 32, part of the Kill Raven, or Craven. Batman Adventures #1. Marvel Milestones reprint of X-Men 1. Classic Superman cover. Back to Full Power, breaking through that wall. Another one, homage cover to a really early Superman edition. This is 424. Where the real one's at? Let's talk about it. Savage Dragon #1. That's tucked in there with a Legion of Superheroes #1 randomly. Alright, what do we got? Oh, talk about some good covers. Anyone ever read DC Anthro? Anthro #6, classic girl fight cover. Look at that. Incredible. You see that? Just getting after it. Here's another great cover. Looks like she's getting ready to toss a little dude into a pit somewhere. Sick. Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos 30. Get these down here. This is the last Marvel premiere Doctor Strange before it flipped over. Just reorganizing here. Early Superman 198. Superman, what we got here? 185. Those are pretty high grade. Submariner 16. What an awesome cover. That's the first 15-cent edition too, I believe. Jimmy Olsen 60. Great cover. Plastic Man #6. It's an early Plastic Man. I thought he was a great character. A little underrated. At least comic type. Hawk 109. Kazar appearance. Daredevil 50. What's this here? Any Last Stan Lee story on Daredevil. Submariner 25. Amazing Spider-Man 315 in the newsstand. I don't know what the significance is. Is it first Hydro Man, maybe? We had one of these in the first box. Adventure Comics 246. Is that what that says? First appearance of Karate Kid, Princess Projectra, Pharaoh, and Nemesis Kid. Avengers 22, Road Back. That's really good shape. Super high grade. Daredevil 41. Oh, check these out. Beavis and Butthead 3, 2, and oh boy, #1. Ah, they kill me. Judge Dredd, 2000 AD monthly #1. Spider-Man 71 and a 4.0. Okay, so we're back into some older books here. Another Avengers 85. I think that I got 3 of those now. First appearance, Squadron Supreme. I had a couple of these in my first box too. DC Special #1, all Infantino art issue. We got Ghost Rider #1, first appearance of that Ghost Rider. What do we have? Oh, we had a #1. This is #2. The Judge Dredd 2000 AD monthly. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So all 6 issues of that miniseries. Dope. What we got going on? Second appearance, Madam Web, Amazing Spider-Man 216 newsstand. Amazing Spider-Man 237. Amazing Spider-Man 251. Look at that great cover. Amazing Spider-Man 359. Is that first Cardiac? Or I can't remember. Maybe not first Cardiac. That's a first something. Someone hook me up. Action Comics 432. Super high grade. Great cover right here. Superman getting his tooth pulled. Action Comics 434. Super high grade on that one too. That's pretty nice. These over here. Todd McFarlane goodness. Amazing Spider-Man 306. Homage cover to Action 1. McFarlane on the Hawk. Incredible Hulk 346. Man, what a just grotesque Hulk. Look at that thing. Can you see that? See if I can get the camera. Look at that head. Really, he made a choice there with that one, huh? Giant Batman 208. This is the Ladies in His Life. This is the first reprint of the Poison Poison Ivy's first appearance. I think I had like 3 or 4 of these ones in another box where Catwoman and Batgirl had them all hemmed up. I'm not sure what that one is. Forever People number 2, second appearance, Darkseid, I believe. And then Batman 185. I don't know what the significance is there. I got to do better writing that on there. Is this camera sitting where you can look, man? Luke Cage Hero for Hire number 3. Man, that's super high grade. Casablanca Comics. That must be Portland. We got Captain Marvel number 8. First appearance, Cybrex. Marvel Collector's Item number 2, 1966. A reprint. Looks like first appearance, Sandman, and a few other things. Incredible Hulk 126. Doctor Doom. Thor 182. Daredevil 40. I think we had a few of these books in the previous boxes. It's looking super familiar. Metamorpho 14. I'll pick up an old Metamorpho every time I see it. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the anti-hero or bad guy or protagonist, whatever you want to call it, in the new Superman coming out. James Gunn. Amazing Spider-Man 109. Random Animal Man number 1 from the 88, is it? Absolute Carnage number 1. Miles Morales, Absolute Carnage number 1. Number 2, 3, whatever, buy them all. Absolute Carnage Symbiote Spider-Man number 1. Absolute Carnage Deadpool number 1. The Authority number 1. A New Era Begins. And then right behind that, an old Action Comics 317. Looks like Superman's got some kind of jaundice or something. Atlas number 1. Is this Kirby? Are they just trying stuff at this point? Amazing Spider-Man 378. Awesome Carnage Venom cover. Absolute Carnage 379. Look at that busy cover. I love that. Amazing Spider-Man 332. Just a dope Venom cover. That's not McFarlane, is it? No, I can't see it. Amazing Spider-Man 374. Venom Attacks. Get these out of here. You're up here. Alright, here we go. Fight Club 2, Part 1. The first comic book variant. Look at that. The Man of Steel number 1. I think that's the first book that came out in 2 different covers. Is this first cover appearance, Omega Red? Freedom Fighters number 1. Weird Wonder Tales number 1. Luke Cage Power Man King Size Annual number 1. King Size Annual Doctor Strange number 1. King Size Annual Eternals number 1. Spawn 10 Newsstand. Batman 358 first cover appearance, Killer Croc. Book 2 of 4, Death in the Family. Hellboy Darkness Calls number 1. Predator vs. Magnivus Robot Fighter number 1. Look at this. Harvey Comics Back to the Future, not for resale. Saturday mornings on CBS. Sick. Pizza Hut Collector's Edition Wonder Woman number 1. Just back a little bit. Yeah. That's a reprint of an earlier Wonder Woman, I'm pretty sure. I don't think that's an original. Lobo. Blazing Chain of Love. Can you see that cover? Let me bring that. Okay, what's going on here? This has been fun. Fun to get that one all done up. Aliens Hive 104. Web of Spider-Man 35, newsstand. Web of Spider-Man 38, newsstand. Why are these stuck together? Avengers 300, presenting the new team. Avengers West Coast 50, newsstand. Daredevil 300th special, newsstand. A newsstand Punisher 2099 number 1. Number 1 G.I. Joe in 3D. Blackthorn Publishing in a newsstand. That's pretty sick. I don't know enough about that. I gotta look into that. Jade Man Kung Fu Special number 1. Jade Man Comics. Detective Comics. It's the 627 celebrating Batman's 600th appearance. Newsstand. Web of Spider-Man 38. Not sure what's going on there. 40. 41. I think they're high-grade newsstands. Is why I picked them up. 42. We got here Detective Comics 574. Dreadstar, little Jim Starlin action here. Epic Comics number 1. Death number 1. Is this first appearance Death? First solo Death? I don't remember what that is from the Sandman series. Someone shouted out all that knowledge out there. Little sparkly cover. Superman. Adventures of Superman 505. Ghost Rider Rides Again number 1 on a newsstand. Secret Wars 2 number 4 in a newsstand. Nam 53 in a newsstand. The Punisher. Look at that. The Punisher invades. That's 2 of them. The Spectacular Spider-Man Annual number 8. I'm not sure what's going on here. Newsstand. Look at this. 90s silver raised Silver Sable number 1. The Wild Pet cover. Another shiny golden 90s cover. The Infinity Crusade number 1. Newsstand. The New Teen Titans number 1. August 1984. Sick. The New Teen Titans Annual number 1. Cage number 1 and a newsie. Amazing Spider-Man Annual 27. Annex. I don't know if that's first Annex or not. Oh my god, another Devil Dinosaur. I think I got like 40 of them. We got Elf Quest number 1. Libra Hemo. Joker Christmas Special. That's a great one. Guy Gardner number 1. King Conan number 1. What the number 1. Plop. Plop number 7. Can't pass a great Plop cover. Secret Origins Special number 1. Atlas Comics Iron Jaw number 1. Giant Size Spider-Man and Doc Savage number 3. Stalker number 1. Anybody know anything about some Stalker number 1? Superman 204. Little Jim Lee goodness. The Newsstand Superboy number 1. Star Trek The Motion Picture number 1. What If? The Amazing Spider-Man Married the Black Cat 21 newsie. Supergirl Booty. Bye-bye. They know what they were doing. King Conan number 1 again. One of the newer editions of Plastic Man number 1. Is that signed? I think that's signed. I don't know whose signature that is. Hell yeah, the A-Team number 1. I hate Bill. Superheroes Battle Super Gorillas #1. Doesn't get much better than that. Giant gorilla beating up all your superheroes. They must have been bored. King Size Annual Marvel 2-in-1 #1. Contest of Champions #1 in a newsstand. Used to love that book. Still do. Claw #1. First DC issue. Dennis the Menace #1 in Mr. Wilson. Everybody's got 40 Battlestar Galactus, I think. What we got here? Introducing the new Captain America and Bucky. Captain America 334. Another OMAC one-man army. Anybody actually read that? Somebody tell me what the hell's going on with this. Hercules Unbound #1. Boy Commandos #1. Man, if that's not a 9.8, I'll tell you, that's nice. I think that's Kirby getting a side project. Space 1999. Charlton Comics #1. Couple Superboy #1 newsstands. The New Adventures of Superboy. Get them out of there. Oh yeah, look at that. Mars Attacks and the Savage Dragon #1 of 4. Regular Mars Attacks tops #2. This is another one. It must be just a different cover. Look at this, man. This got wild. Gotta put someone in jail 30 years before that came out. Marvel Saga #1. Let me turn this. Make sure we're getting this at the right angle. Here. Men of War #1. See, all right, yeah, there we go. Look at that great cover. Marvel Age 70. For some reason, people like the risky pictures of the green lady. Newsy Micronauts #1. The Untold Legend of the Batman #1. Indiana Jones #1. Prince Submariner, Prince Namor #1 in a 4-issue limited series. Supreme Squadron #1 in a 12-issue limited series newsstand. Another Boy Commando #1, Jack Kirby. Justice Incorporated #1, Justice Inc. Revenge of the Man-Thing, Book of the Dead #2. So you can tell me about that. Dark Horse the Goon #2. All right. Majestic #1. Remembers that. NYX #2. Batman 610 Jim Lee, part of the Batman Hush line. 1 through 4 here. The Curse of Spawn. I think this was one of the first books we had. Here's another one. The second appearance of Madam Web. If that's still worth anything after that terrible movie. Wildcats 4. What we got? Haven't even really gotten all the Silver Age and Golden Age boxes yet. These are still just a 4 on top. Green Lantern #9. I think this is Guy Gardner in his first solo adventure. Another #4. This is really the first appearance of X-28 there. Wolver Broad, Spoof Comics #3. Look, it's a female Wolverine with 2 claws instead of 3. I know it was supposed to be a joke from the early 90s, late 80s, but here's another one. Bat Babe, Spoof Comics #2. I had a #1, but I sold it at a show. I regret that. Rich, Darkhawk #2 in a newsstand. And just in case, #3, where they had to put Spider-Man on it because 1 and 2 weren't selling great. Oh, no, he was on 2, too. They were already nervous on #2. Supernatural Thrillers featuring It, #1. Powwow Smith, All-Star Western, #1. Batman and Other DC Classics, #1. Quest Probe, featuring the Hulk, #1. The Life of Captain Marvel, #1. Cobra, #1. Firestorm Man, #1. Getting close to the end of this box. A few more stacks. What we got? The Mighty Thor 432 in a newsie. All New Exiles. I don't know what that is. Another one of these. Green Lantern 46 newsstand. Punisher 2099 #2. Super Patriot #1. Side projects. Man, look at this. I was finding these all over the place for a few years, and I was looking for those Deadpool cards. I got a bunch. I got them all over here. I got a whole, you see that? Whole stack of them. Alright. Worth about 13 cents each, those books are. Many as they printed. Batman 500. I like this cover better. Couple Violator vs. Bedrock 1 and 2. What the? #8. Great cover. Alright, what we got? The Phantom Zone #1. Hell yeah. Another Savage Dragon #1. And then another Savage Dragon #1. What's the... This is the one I know. I don't know what this one is. Why is there two? King Size Annual Micronauts #1. Another Amazing Adventures 18 first appearance of Killraven. Newsy Thor 433 first issue of a stunning new epic. The Batman Adventures 7, 2 of those, not sure why. And Detective Comics 627. I think we already had one of those, the anniversary specials. Where we at? 32 minutes. We're going to dip into another one, or are we going to call that? I think we're going to call it. Let me do a little bit of the wall real quick. We got 23 more boxes to go. These aren't valuable comics, just my favorites. The Max #1. I loved X-Men #1. That was just such a gorgeous cover. Spider-Gwen, Gwenverse #1, the variant. Miles Morales, What If #1. You know, we got the Stephen King Dark Tower variant cover #1. Of course, Battlestar Galactica. Secret Invasion, 3 Jokers, and then the 1 in 100 Death Metal Dark Knights #1. Toys going on there. Check out some of this artwork by Chester Bennington. My light is terrible in here. Can you see that all right? It's kind of dark. Ted Bundy after the electric chair. Little noodling. Beetlejuice. Little surfboard action. We'll get to these eventually. Get that light out. Shock Suspense Stories #1. Superman 46. First cameo Wolverine. First Blade. Neil Adams goodness. Tomb of Dracula. Spectre 1. All kinds of good stuff. Sculpted myself at one point. Sculpted a Bane figurine. We'll cover all this stuff. Some magazines, and then I'll eventually explain why I have 2 terrifying mannequins with my previous Coast Guard and Air Force uniforms on them. But hey, I really appreciate you checking this video out. Remember, like, share, subscribe. Have a good day.